Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shahib bin Sabri with number matrix CN22003332. Today I would like to share you about one of the most popular history. The history is all about Porsche's company. Now I will show you the infographic that is nice for me to share with you that want to know a little bit about Porsche. Okay, let me show you first. Okay, let me show you the first. Allah. Okay, if you can see the first figure show with the title Porsche's company history, and below the word history is one of the quotes from the Ferdinand Porsche. Okay, the quote said, "If one does not fall at time, then one has not challenged himself." So this word said by the owner is Ferdinand Porsche to build up ourselves to be one of the best person and the challenger person in the world. Okay, now we go to the history of Porsche. Okay, okay, in 1931, background of Porsche. The founder Ferdinand Porsche was the chief engineer at the Mercedes-Benz, and he even spent time working on Volkswagen vehicles. Porsche began his own company in 1931, naming the company after himself when it was incorporated. After that, Porsche began producing vehicles that would go on to become legendary for their performance and quality. The figure shows the Ferdinand Porsche, who is the first or the founder of Porsche's company. Now we go to 1938 until 1947. That is the first model release. The very first model Porsche nameplate was designed based on the same platform as the VW Beetle. Named the Porsche 64 and released in 1938. The model's unique design and upscale vibe immediately caught on with buyers. Of course, the company's growth was impeded when the war began, forcing the Porsche to develop tanks instead of automobiles. However, the company bounced back as early as 1947 when the Grand Prix racing car made in debuts. Shortly after era in 1948, Ferdinand's son Ferry Porsche created the company first ever sport car, which is named 356, the Porsche 356. As you can see, beside the sentence or the word or the history, show the figure of Porsche 356, the first model ever that Porsche having made. Now we go to 1964 until 1995. It's starting create sport car. Okay, by the 90s era, the Porsche's family was designing and producing popular sport cars that debuted with much anticipation of the Frankfurt International Auto Show every year. Then, in 1964, a legend was born when the first ever Porsche 911 made its first splash in the industry. Splash in the industry. Over the next few decades, Porsches continued to expand and innovate the lineup until the Porsche 991 Turbo, released in 1995, was the first vehicle to ever have onboard computer diagnosis, something that would revolutionize the auto service industry. So the figures show, as you can see, Porsche 991 Turbo that was made in 1995. So we go to the era 1997 until 2023, that is supercars and hypercars era. Okay, still to this day, Porsche has maintained its status in the industry as a producer of unparalleled supercars and racing innovation. While it has many nameplates, besides just the Porsche 991, the 991 is perhaps the most iconic and versatile model under the brand name, with one, with over 21 different models and seven trims levels. One of the supercars and the hypercar they had made Porsche is a Porsche Carrera GT with the horsepower 612 with the price 4,500 450,000 US dollar, and the Porsche 918 Spider which had 887 horsepower with price 1.405 million dollar. Now we go to the last chapter or the last history. Nowadays, we call electric cars and the hybrid cars era. Now Porsche focus to rebranding their old model to new generation, which is the best model with have electric motor and also hybrid motor system. Porsche's has stated that they are expecting 75% of their sales to be for electric cars by 2025. Oliver Blum, Porsche CEO, has stated that the next generation Macan, or we call Porsche Macan, could possibly be offered so as an electric vehicle starting in 2022. Porsche's currently sells upward of 100,000 Macan per year, and it holds the title as their best seller ever. Fully electric variant of the Boxster, Porsche Cayenne, and Panamera will follow, and all be available from 2022 until 2025 from 2022 until 2025. By 2037, all the Porsche excluding the first generation 911 Porsche 911 Porsche 911 will be electrified. Porsche is set to spend 7.43 billion on the development of the plug hybrid and the fully electric cars starting by 2022. Part of the investment is being devoted toward charging infrastructure. So that is a little bit story about Porsche's company history. So that's all for me, and thank you for watching and hearing what I'm saying and what I'm representing to you all. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.